All right, Kenman here, and today's unboxing has already been unboxed, but it was so neat I had to feature it on its own. What is going on? Let's reverse it, play it back real quick. Titanium Justin was in town. We got together. We went to Scheels on an adventure, found some fun stuff. I made a purchase, and that video was excellent. You could check it out. I linked it down below. There was a follow-up video of all the contents of said trip that I purchased. And each one of them kind of had some features on their own that I wanted to discuss. And here we are. Ruko is surprising. Let's talk about it. I was not sponsored at that Scheels purchase. I bought everything at retail price. I do these videos because I love discussing knives and sharing info and ideas with others. If you have any questions or thoughts, please feel free to comment below. So yeah, I made a few purchases there. It was a fun time. They do have several interesting things at Scheels as far as like Civivi, Wii, Microtech, Chavez, and Ruko. So they've got a little range of the real budget stuff all the way up to some really nice things as well. Well, today we're talking about this Ruko. Justin and I had never heard of them before, but there were quite a few different models that they had. They even had some in the case. The ones in the case weren't that expensive either, but interesting. It was just a company we'd never heard of, and this was $10. And so for $10, what can you buy at a Scheels sporting store for $10? Saying the blade's 3.25, 4.5 closed. We have a ball bearing folding knife. Ball bearings in the pivot is what they're saying. Lifetime warranty, 65 years. Ruko. Lifetime, how about that? So they're talking that ball bearing, they're really getting into that system. So this would be really smooth, I would assume, right? Ambidextrous thumb studs, ball bearing system. Glass reinforced nylon handle. We have a lanyard, loop, belt clip, pocket clip basically. Liner lock, flipper guard, 420A stainless steel. Visit us on the web. Check them out if you are interested. Budget stuff. Like I said, I already opened this up, but I just wanted to show you kind of what it looked like. And we can redo all of it here. Well, I just really highlighted it there. We didn't really do what we're going to do now. Box on the floor. Nice little protective tip. And look at this. Whoops. Yeah, look at that. It drops nice. So I instantly was like, wow, thumb stud. Okay. Flicks out. I'm doing that to myself. And flipper tab. And I was like, well, let's check that detent. Boom. Pulls it in pretty good. Try to fail one here. It's just strong enough to get that out. I'm having a little, not pushing her far enough around to get her to drop. But the drop is great. You can flick that thing out, get it to here, and watch. Just one little swing, it drops shut. Thumb studs work really well. The action on this with those ball bearings, you can see it's got a really nice action for that. $10. They are selling these for $10. Sure, you have that 420A stainless, not that high quality of steel. But aren't some bucks made with that same steel that are years old that still can last? So, I mean, if you take care of it, you know, how well was the heat treat? It's $10. That's what's crazy. You could buy one of these, use it, and when you're done, throw it away at that price. I mean, I buy lunch that costs more than that on a regular basis. Maybe I need to budget myself more. Could buy more knives if you don't spend so much on lunch, Kenman. I like spending lunch money. Yeah, so this thing is fantastic. It's got an interesting shape. The handle is nice and textured. No real contours or anything to it. It's got a little extra cutout for that liner lock, which is fairly easy to get to. Flipper tab works really well. Like I said, these thumb studs. Color me surprised. I think they had these in black and orange at the old Scheels. Enjoy these budget kind of checking out stuff never seen before kind of videos. If so, hit the like button. Subscribe if you would like to see more. You know, like I said, for 10 bucks, I was willing to just try it since we'd never heard of Ruko. It's like, I'll throw 10 bucks down on something, and if it's a piece of junk, it's a piece of junk. I've bought several where it's really hard to close. The action's terrible for those under $20 price range. This feels more like a 30, you know. Maybe the materials don't hold up to a $30 price, but I've bought quite a few budget knives, and this one, for the action that it is and the smooth operation, the fidgety factor, the way it feels, I mean, it feels more like a $30 knife. So good on Ruko. 7 and almost 3/4, so not quite a full-size knife. Looking at that blade at about 3 1/4, maybe 3 1/2, depending on where you measured to. A little more than 3 1/8 for the cutting surface, which is a little teeny curve at the front there, kind of a Tonto tip, 4 1/2 inch handle. That blade is probably around 11. What is going on here? 0. 14. 12. Yeah, I had it kind of at an angle. So she's about 12, a little bit thicker, about 11, 12 on this kind of size knife is fairly common. Handle feels a little bit wider than a half. Yep, 0.58. So the handle's a little bit thicker that way, but that's fine because it's not a huge knife. So that amount of thickness feels good in the hand. All right, let's get a weight. I've noticed a couple of videos I kind of get sidetracked with a squirrel and forget to weigh. Here we are, 3.45. I do the comparison on everything with the Pyrite is almost full size, very similar. That's 367. So the Pyrite is just a little bit heavier, but with these FRN scales versus the steel, should be just a little bit lighter, but very comparable. Another Pyrite Light, I'm going to kind of do a comparison. It's only 2.84, so definitely a little bit lighter on that. Almost 3 1/2. Good weight for this size. Decent action. Anybody have a Ruko? And do they have this one? Do they have a different one? How does the action on it? How is anything about it? I mean, I'm interested. Like I said, it's kind of a budget. You know, not going to spend too much time with them, but for $10, come on, right? So Pyrite size. Blade length's almost the same. Handle is a little bit shorter. The Ruko has a little bit longer handle, but still kind of not quite a full-size knife. Cutting surface is a little bit shorter. The Pyrite has this kind of forward finger choil on it. Without that, it would probably be about the same, but with that, the Ruko's cutting surface is a little bit longer. If you want, here's this Kaiser Drop Bear. They actually sent this to me, affiliated with Kaiser and CJRB. You can check out those links below if you make a purchase. It does help out the channel. But yeah, the Ruko is just a little bit bigger than that, but not quite full size. Here's that Pyrite Light. If you are looking for something budget, this is what I would recommend. The Pyrite Light is $30. You got AR, RPM, 9 blade steel, really nice action, button lock, fidgety factor, and it's from CJRB. I have a lot of knives from them. They make some quality stuff, and I kind of will stand by it. Very solid kind of a knife. But if you're looking for something for 10 bucks, man, maybe try this out. Stay sharp. We'll see you soon.